Hello and welcome back. You're tuned in to the Underwater Rugby channel, broadcasting the Euroleague and Underwater Rugby live from Austria, from Vienna. And the teams that are playing in the next match are Vienna, the home team, and Polisen from Stockholm, Sweden. In blue, playing for Vienna, number 3, Andreas Tansman. Number 5, Matthias Wurm. Number 6, Philip Kressig. Number 9, Juan Erazo. Number 10, Thomas Schenkeli. Number 11, Matthias Nuntefel. Number 13, the captain, Petter Kausgruber. Number 15, Andreas Schneiderbauer. Number 16, Andreas Jufman. Number 17, Martin Meskis. Number 19, Hannes Hoffmann. And number 20, Stefan Nuncic. On the opposite side of the pool, in white for Polisen, number 1, Petter Aronsson. Number 2, Rickard Lindqvist. Number 3, Robin van Triet. Number 4, Marcus Vorman. Number 6, Andreas Höglund. Number 7, Matthias Dahl. Number 9, Roger Lund. Number 10, Petter Ekman. Number 11, Andreas Tall. Number 15, Zacharias Lauberry. Number 17, Marcel Zoll. And Polisen's captain, number 33, Jakob Thun. The referees this match, on deck, Rafi Tito de Moras. And in the water, Robert Glock and Manuel Tito de Moras. The protocol referee, Wolfgang Denk. All right, this is I'm joined here again, Davreltian in the booth here for Underwater Rugby Channel, and Paul Rosenkrantz is my co-commentator.
Hello. Yeah.
And this is a really important match because Vienna and Polisen are teams that have fought to try to not end up at the bottom of the league. And it's very hard to win. Polisen and Vienna's only won 1 game in 5 seasons.
Yeah.
They didn't play the first season, I'm sorry. Was it four
seasons,
four
yes.
seasons. And Polisen's maybe a couple of matches total. but not a much better record at all. And
But Vienna improved a lot after the last season, as maybe seen in the last round, where they had their first win against Akaren. They were really improved. They play a lot better, and yeah,
so these two teams both believe that they have a chance to win this match.
yes,
Home advantage to Vienna, and they know the pool better, and that's got to give something that simply, if you play in a pool a lot, you have a good idea of how far you are from the goal and where you are relative to whatever. Also, there are small things like the bench that you sit on when you exchange. You know how it feels. Nothing is unfamiliar. That helps a lot. We have really good light here. The conditions are good, and Polisen has come with a pretty strong team. They've got national team players, elite players who are good and have a lot of experience, and they don't have quite as many players. There's no substitute bench. They come with 12, 6 in the water, 6 on land. That's what you need.
yeah.
So on the other hand, there are substitute players here for.
Yeah, there's again Karl Richter-Trummer, Thomas Denk, and Markus Wimmer. And I was a bit listening to what Jan Kinneman just said. He's the coach of Vienna, just said before the game, and they're gonna substitute in the half. So that's the plan.
New energy.
Yeah. So we try to bring in fresh players in the second half.
They're off. They started. So a real smash to get the ball, and it's Vienna that ends up with it. And coming in, he's got a teammate ahead. They head over.
So it's Andreas Schneiderbauer with the ball here.
Schneiderbauer, he's got the jersey that's a little bit lighter in color. So the teams testing each other out at this point, and not taking a risk with the ball so far, waiting in the corner, and somebody has to make a move. Who would you expect to actually go into the goal and start to fight?
Yeah, for sure, Tomashenkeli is one of the players that does that. He takes the courage and he takes the... he just goes in there, he does that, and then there's of course Peter Kalkgruber and Matthias Neunteifer. They also take the ball, go in, start an attack, and then they need their colleagues to
come in
to come in and help them. Yes.
Robert Van Schenk wrestling on the surface there, and Schneiderbauer comes up with it. He's going to pass down, and they're close to the goal, but there's plenty of they're a defender and a forward. The ball bounces off of the back's knee. So Polisen has got it, swims by the referee. Jakobsen, he looks around, the pass is backwards. Now Polisen is headed over. Andreas Tull headed over the corner, now he's back over.
Oh, that was a bad pass.
Lauberry, and then out again to Roger Lund. Richard Lindqvist. Tal is looking for a pass. He's tied up. He's got a tough forechecking and loses the ball. He didn't have a pass, and now it's going to be a one-on-two situation. And Vienna tosses the ball down, picked up by the Polisen back there. They're rather sloppy there to just drop it like that.
Yeah.
But now we can see somehow Vienna has recovered the ball because Polisen has still got their goalies and defenders here.
They're coming back in again.
One of the problems that when you do recover the ball, the offensive team's players are coming in to make the attack, and they can very quickly turn that speed into forechecking.
Yeah. But it's also one thing you need to learn. That does not come naturally. You need to learn that to do so.
to go from being on offense to defense. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
to switch fast. Stefan Nuncic with the ball here.
So Vienna over in the corner trying to put together some kind of a combination attack. Pass out.
Thomas Shankly. Yep, you can see Thomas Shankly is really taking this game 100% serious because he has two name of fins on. Because usually he plays on this, I think, left foot with a softer fin because he has problems with his knees. And now he has both feet the hard fins, so...
He's sacrificing them.
Yeah. Sacrificing his knee.
Meskis, or who is it? Oh, now Police has stolen the ball, and Thun has got it all the way up to the top, down to Tal. Now Police is coming in, and it's Aronson passing over, but it's...
Bad pass again, sloppy.
So tries a forecheck, but it's going to be Vienna all the way over to the other side. He's got an opportunity. He could score here.
And it's in. Yeah. Wow.
Goal for the blue team, scored by
Number 6, was it?
Who was it?
number 6.
Philipp Kreisig.
Philipp Kreisig, he raced over, and he got...
Any assist?
No assist on that, no.
Blue team,
Wow.
any assist?
Was a nice goal.
That's Petter Andersson, who's the goalie, and
Number?
he was kicking hard, but Kreisig forced him off and put it in.
Kreisig has a very strong upper body, and strong arms, and he really used that here.
The 1-0 lead for Vienna here in the first half with how much time? 10 minutes showing on the clock. That means there's plenty of time to come back. Zoll passing, Polisen, they want to answer. So Matthias Dahl comes over, Andreas Höglund passes back, and Petter Aronson, the goalie who made it back in time but was unable to stop Philipp Kreisig. Polisen in the corner here. He's making the move.
You can see he's very strong.
Yeah, big guy. How old is he?
I think he's very young. He's played German under 21 team. Yeah,
Yes.
he's really young. He's not even 20 now. He's 19 since
is he
January.
German?
He's German, yes.
Yes. So I wonder how far away he lives from Vienna.
I'm not sure which team he plays in Germany, but I think it's something around 5 to 7 hours by car.
Does he come to many practices or just for the matches?
To be honest, I'm not really sure about that, but I know that all the players playing together for Vienna today came on Thursday, and they had, I think, 2 or 3 trainings together this week.
To get used to the pool.
Yeah, to get used to the pool.
Here we are, Polisen, as they've got a good position. The goalie's off.
Good defending again. Ball is loose. Recovered. No.
And now Polisen's coming back again. The goalie's not there. The goalie's recovered.
Polisen with the ball still.
Over on the strong side, away from the exchange bench. Polisen like to come in from the bottom, but now they come in from the top, looking to pass down. Jakob Thun wrestled, stripped of the ball. He's going to try to drive him out of bounds and
Push him
succeeds.
out, and it's out of bounds. No, they tried to get to play together, and as far as I know, they said the training was not going that well, but in the end they played really good yesterday, and I also like the way they played today. I'm sorry if I sound a bit more supporting Vienna than Polisen, but yeah.
Well, I think we just talk about what's happening to fans. This kind of information, you have some insider view living in Austria, and you know something about the the Viennese players and the team. All good. So the ball bounces on the bottom, and Lauberg is forced to chase it out, and it'll be a holding call probably here.
They're playing a lot what we in Austria call like hot potato.
Yeah.
Like you're not really catching the ball, you're just bouncing it a bit, and nobody really has control over the ball. It's just bouncing it around.
And so the player who grabs onto the other player to draw himself forward can get called for holding. It's very hard not to grab the other player when you're both going for the ball and you're close.
Yes.
It's tempting. I don't know how to explain it. It's an instinctual thing.
It's really an instinct, and you just do it.
Yeah.
And most of the time, the other player does it too, so it's not a problem. Kind of not. Yeah.
Well, it's bothersome to the other player, but does the referee call it or not? That's the question.
Yeah.
So now Polisen is on the offense and has stayed there for a while, losing the ball and then forced to get it back. And now again,
intercepted
Vienna's
the pass.
over, swimming, advancing. Is that Stefan Nunic?
Well, I think so. It was. Yes, it was
Schneiderbauer.
Stefan Nuncic first. It's not Schneiderbauer. No.
And they lose the ball. Polisen is now you called it a hot potato. The hot potato's on the bottom, and the forechecking Zoll comes in. Zoll's German, actually, but he lives in Sweden. Schneiderbauer goes down to pick up the pass that couldn't hold on to. They drive Vienna laterally.
It's Hannes Hoffmann, passing to Andreas Jufmann,
There's some advantage to Vienna that they have replacements at halftime. They can put fresh players in. So if Polisen trying hard now, they could be getting tired. I mean, it's an exhausting game. So Jakobsen forechecking. Schneiderbauer backs up.
Yeah.
Ekman forward forechecking. Vienna waiting over in the corner. It's very important for Vienna to go into the goal and to fight, because if they try just to hold on to a 1-0 lead, it's too long.
Nothing you should do, not in the first half especially.
Schneiderbauer up, he passes backwards and looking for a pass.
But Polisen is also very passive. Vienna's holding the ball and nobody's really attacking him. There was one player on him holding his shoulder and a bit, but not really going in and not trying to get the ball.
But now Vienna's got a player by the goal. And it's a second wave here in the attack. Pushed out. And now Tal rips the ball away. And he loses it in turn. And it's a scrum on the surface.
I think
and the ball drops out, comes straight into
that was
Vienna.
Beautiful. That's how you do it.
Yes.
Waiting underneath the scrum and waiting for the ball to drop out, to fall out.
It was a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Polisen has a chance to clear their own zone. Tal working, he passes outwards.
Heavy forechecking.
Yeah.
Vienna here.
The ball batted to Vienna, and Vienna's heading back over. They've got a 1-on-3, 2-on-3.
Thomas Schenkeli attacking.
And he's coming over, passes into the center. The ball bounces briefly on the bottom, and now he's boring in from the top. It's an opportunity. It's good for Vienna here. There's putting a lot of pressure on the Polisen goal, and a player who is that he passes over to the left side. He swims out. An ambitious pass is batted, but he gets Roger Lund on the basket, and Vienna is pushing. They managed to make the transition. Petter Aronsson is on the goal, but now they've lost the ball. It was Andreas Höglund, I think, who had it. Bounces down on the bottom.
I think there was some holding, probably. Yeah.
Holding. Free throw in favor of Vienna. So now the pressure has been amped up to some degree here on Polisen. That was a good.
The sequence was really good for Vienna. Polisen had to defend hard. Now there's another foul. roughing, yes, against
Roughing. Blue free throw.
again.
Roughing.
in favor of Vienna.
We didn't see the number who it was called on, but the pass goes in, bobbled. The back had it for a second. Now that there's more pressure,
First
and,
it was
there was a brief attack on the goal there. Couldn't get it in, but they're still working. And Ekman is trying to strip the ball away. It drops out. Vienna has it in front of the goal, but now there's a distance. There's a
it's Martin Meskes on the ball right now. Pass to, I think it is. It's Hoffmann, Hannes Hoffmann.
Hannes Hoffmann,
Was a very strong player.
the best player never to make the German national team, they say.
Yeah.
So Schneiderbauer, he passes down, but somehow Vienna comes up with the ball there. I don't know how that.
It's
It just hit.
Neunteufel. Yeah.
Who is it?
This
11.
was Matthias Neunteufel.
Yeah.
He recovered the ball. And here he is again. And
Oh, he saw the open goal, chucked it down, but it wasn't close even. It was.
he passed directly to the defender on his chest.
Was he shooting for the goal?
Yeah, I think so, because the goal was open completely. It was open wide, and there was just a defender sitting in front of the basket. I think he didn't even know that there was no goalie on top.
He didn't know.
And he tried to shoot it in from 1.5 meters. It's not that easy as it may seem, but yeah.
Tommy. Okay.
So like 2.5 minutes left.
We'll deal with one thing at a time. Okay. We have a referee's ball for a technical problem with the player gets stuck in the cable. Okay. We have a white timeout.
Okay, Polisen is called timeout,
White timeout.
and there's a referee review.
No, it is referee's ball because one player gets stuck in the cable of the camera down there. So we have a lot of nice pictures because of the camera, but sometimes when you play, you really have to get out of the way. Or the camera needs to get out of the way, or you, because you will crash with
referee's
the.
cable, yes.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was the cable, the cable of the referee or the camera, but yeah, he got stuck in there. That's why we have a referee's ball now and a white timeout.
Yes, 1-0 lead in favor of Vienna on a goal by Kaisig, who got back on a fast break and managed to force Petter Aronsson off the goal and put it in. So
There's a microphone directly on the side of the huddle from Vienna, but I can't hear anything. It's bad. But I think Jan is just trying to really motivate them to go for the last of the first half, and then
Jan Kinderman is injured; he can't play himself,
Yeah,
and he's very frustrated.
he is.
Yeah.
He is. Especially yesterday after the penalty, which they didn't take against Beta. He was really frustrated because he would have done it. He said he would have wanted to done it. He wanted to do it by himself, and really try it. But yeah, I was sleeping at his place and was discussing that the evening. And
He's intense.
Yeah.
Yes,
yes,
in a good way.
yeah,
So to have a person who's committed, as Jan Kinderman is, it motivates the other players to be serious and take their
yeah,
commitment
yeah.
seriously.
He's really living for that sport.
Yeah, well, he knows a lot. He's a very smart guy.
Yeah. I think it's his whole family playing and going really committing everything for this sport. Even his parents or his father, as far as I know. And
The occurrence that happened, he
Yeah.
got tangled up in the cord, so he has the right to play the ball. You have a white team ball instead of a free referee ball.
Okay, so the decision was that instead of having a referee ball, which would have been neutral, it's going to go to
Team ball.
to white, and it's not a free throw. It's a team ball, which means they can swim with it instead of passing it. But they treated it just like a free throw.
Yeah, I think
I said free ball, but I meant free throw. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't really train team balls, I think, and that's why they played it like a free throw.
It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Really.
In the end, not. It's not your opponent's fault. That's the only difference.
So Polisen on the right side, battling and forced backwards into the corner with about a minute and a half. No, a minute 40 seconds left in the first half here. They want to try to get on the scoreboard, but going into the half with a 1-point deficit is not that terrible. They have to equalize early if they want to win this game, because it doesn't look like the teams are so uneven that someone can run away with it, really. No. Richard Lindqvist caught by two players. He makes a long pass
to Hannes Hoffmann, and he intercepted it.
Yes, it was
very nice.
Hannes Hoffmann's crafty. Schneidebauer swimming upwards.
No.
And he passes backwards and down to the left. Well, Vienna's got 40 seconds roughly to do something with this possession. And Polisen, Jakobsen comes and ties up the player who recovers the ball. And now they're on the surface fighting. It's one of these boring scrums, but it's actually very important here because it's going to kill the clock in the halftime. But Polisen's going to have one last go at it. Jakobsen is swimming. He has to pass backwards to Lauberry. And now they're coming in. There are two players. Time is going to run out soon.
1 second, and
that's going to be it.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting first half. Nobody's really dominating the game, but as I said, during the first time, I see a bit of advantages for Vienna, but also Polisen. One goal is scored fast, so nobody won or lost this game till now.
No,
definitely not.
It's close.
Yeah.
But now Vienna's going to have substitutes and come in with a couple of fresh players.
Yes.
How many could they have? They could have.
I think
2 players. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got they've got 3 there they could substitute.
Yeah, I think.
Thomas Denk, and Marcus Wimmer.
I think they will substitute everyone, or they will bring in all 3 players.
They'll take out 1 forward, 1 defender.
Okay.
Paul Rosencrantz. So they're going to have the highlights soon, so we'll take a brief break and rejoin you again after the 5 minutes for the...
Yeah, I think I will have to go warm up.
You will go.
So
okay, well, thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you.
Yep.
And maybe we'll see you later, but I don't know if I go home after my last game. So,
all right.
Bye.
A pleasure working with you.
checked it. I have already checked it. No problem. Nothing out of the ordinary. One minute.
Baldwin was your first name.
Yeah.
And
Teams, get ready. 10 seconds.
okay, I'm joined here by Baldwin Landl,
Hello. Hello.
who is a 26-year-old Viennese. Or Graz, where you're from Vienna.
I'm from Vienna, yes.
He's from Vienna, player, and he's going to be co-commentator here for the second half of the match between Vienna and Polisen. It's Polisen first to the ball, and they're passing it very far forward, and they lose it.
They lost it already, yes.
Yes. And number 16, Anders Jufman, brought it all the way over to the goal and
This
down to
is
Schneiderbauer. So you recognize all these players. You played, spent a lot of time in the pool with them.
Yeah, I do. I know them all. The problem is with these new shirts they have right now, they also have problems in the team that they cannot discover themselves, so they don't recognize each other so easily.
Because the teams has some players from other places.
Yeah, with 3 German players actually.
Keskis, Hannes Hoffmann,
Yeah, and Philip.
Keskis, and Kreisig.
What I really like about Vienna play in this match is they have a very tough forechecking actually. It has not happened so often the last time that Polisen came to the basket of Vienna. It might be.
You watched the first half on the TV downstairs.
I watched the first half on the TV down there. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about the underwater time in the first half of Vienna. I had the imagination that there was always 2 times as much Polisen players in the water than Viennese players, but they managed to get no goal when Polisen was in attack, but they also had not very much force when Vienna has been on the attack, because very often they went in alone, had to come back again. But they changed very much in the first half already. They made a rough forechecking, and I think they gained confidence probably and started to attack the goal more effectively. So I hope for my team, of course, that they will be able to continue that.
So Vienna has taken the ball away from Polisen. Polisen started with a free throw, and Vienna is trying to move the ball across the pool. The player who has the ball used the referee as a shield, screening out. And now all the way over.
That's
2
a
on
good
2.
situation. Yeah, but that's the situation where the team players have to come in quicker, I think.
They were not there to make a hard attack early enough.
No,
Now they've got.
but that's a good situation again, and they can push away the goalie.
Yeah, there's no goalie there,
Okay,
but they've lost the ball. So Polisen trying to take the ball back again from Vienna. It's bobbled, the so-called hot potato. Marcus Bormann grabs hold of it was Martin Meskis who had the ball there. Rupping. So there remains a Vienna ball here.
yeah, I think they have controlled the game. They have control of the game.
Oh, there's a
So there's an
substitution here. So Wimmer has gone in
exchange.
for Jufman.
Okay, Marcus Wimmer comes in. Those are both Viennese players.
Fighting from above, drifting up, caught by the legs. He manages to pass down. Coming out,
And
is
on the
it
other
Hoffman?
side, there are two players waiting there.
Yeah, if he wants to try and get the ball down.
Okay,
But
that-
there, he turns around. He's heading straight aggressively back into the goal, but he's pushed out there. And Vienna's driven all the way back up into the corner and is turning into a scrum. What's going to happen here? It's a surface scrum. Jakob Thun, the captain, pushing. And Vienna's struggling along the wall here, moving away a meter.
yeah, trying to drive
after a
them
meter,
away from the own
slowly.
goal.
Yeah. This is a very exhausting scrum with a
Works,
lot
and
of.
they got the
yeah.
ball, so they have to be careful now.
Zoll passes over to Andreas Höglund, who swims over to the right side, turns around, passes backwards or
Okay.
laterally. And Polisen goes up to the surface. Now coming down. And they pass all the way to the bottom.
There was a white player. There was a Polisen player lying down there. Okay, but they have the ball again. That's Peter Kaltgruber. He's probably our fastest player. He's really dangerous in counter-attacks, especially if he gets a second player. But very often the own players cannot follow him quick enough.
He's too fast. Petr Kaltgruber is an exciting player. He's very dynamic.
He's super dynamic. Yeah, that's actually his strength. He's not so big. He's very muscular as well, but still with his size he cannot have so much weight and impact on the goal, of course. But he compensated with speed and with.
Yes, and he's the captain of Austria national team, or he has been in the past.
He usually is. He's also the captain of the Viennese team. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Schneiderbauer doesn't get a good pass. He's forced down to the bottom and holding on. Is it Stefan
I think
Lucic?
it's Stefan Lucic. Yes.
Yeah. Ball drops to the bottom. Schneiderbauer picks it
gets
up.
Okay, he cannot go in.
Oh, now
But that's again one of those problems. There are not so many Viennese players in the water, underwater, to help them. So they don't really manage to get an attack done.
Oh, Andreas Höglund leaves. He had a quiet time on the bottom, so he used the energy, he had to go out and forecheck hard. And the result was Polisen got the ball. So Höglund played well there. He's also been a key national team player. So now Andreas Tallinn ends up with Vienna coming in from above, number 6. That's Marcus Newton.
No, that's Philipp Klessing.
Was it Philipp Krasik?
Yeah, he's the very young German player. Very strong guy.
The ball's being fought over in the corner. Vienna has the player underneath the scrum.
Yeah, but needs to get the pass down there as well.
And Polisen.
Okay, Kaltgruber is fighting for the ball with Polisen, but they try to push it away and they manage to do so.
He extends his arm, gets the pass off.
But they managed to keep in possession actually, and it has been only once in the whole half-time that Polisen came to the goal of Austria. So I'm optimistic at this point for Vienna. But their attacks are not really coordinated. You can see that they're getting out of air probably.
Okay, Jakob Thun coming in.
Yeah, that's a dangerous situation.
Höglund was waiting there, but
the
couldn't
goalie could get the ball.
That was a bad pass.
That was a bad pass, yeah, above the goalie. That's the new player.
Wimmer.
That's Markus Wimmer.
Yeah. Wimmer.
Oh.
Ekman.
Schneiderbeer has been unconscious.
No, unconscious? Not paying attention, you mean? Or
Yeah.
Schneiderbauer.
But the forechecking works really well.
Oh, you didn't see the player coming in from the exchange bench, Vorman. Ball bounces on the bottom. So put
the mask. Referee shows holding the mask.
Attack on equipment.
Attacking equipment. White free throw.
So what do you think of the energy levels here? It's been, both teams are playing hard the whole time pretty much now.
Yeah. They're fighting, both of them. Of course, I think you can see already that Polisen is getting under pressure. And Vienna is not so much motivated anymore to score another goal, probably. At least that's what I have the feeling. You can see in the situation, there was 2-2, there was immediately in the counterattack a second Polisen player there. That happens not so fast for Vienna. That's maybe a problem. I think it would be very good for them to put more force in the attacks, and don't get always stuck in the scrambles on the surface in the corner. From there, they're not really a danger, and the defense can lie down, relax, keep actually a lot of air for maybe a counterattack.
So Vienna should step up the coming in from above, down on the goalie, fight.
And they need especially they need a second and a third player down on the goal when they're attacking. In the first half, when Polisen had more chances actually to attack the Austrian goal, what I could see is that there was always one or two Polisen players laying down around the basket when a Polisen player was coming in. So the teammates were already there in the basket. In Vienna, nobody moves, it seems like, before the player with the ball in possession starts the attack.
Polisen all the way over on the far right side.
And you can see, even here, 4 players.
Yeah.
They're under pressure now. They know they have few chances. They need to score here.
Petter Ekman, and the pass, they're not able to get it off, but there's real tough forechecking here, and it's difficult to clear the zone here when the forechecking is that aggressive. But at last, Vienna does get it, and number 11, that's Matthias Linterfeld. It's going to be a holding against Vienna.
White free throw for holding, blue number 9.
But they win a lot of fights in the middle field also, Vienna. They win a lot of fights. Did I say I lose? I'm not sure
win.
now.
Yeah, you said they win.
They win a lot of fights in the middle field. That works very well. But Polisen, of course, has to risk more, maybe get in with more players. Don't let the goalkeeper and defender lay back too far behind for a counter-attack. They know when they get a second goal, the game is probably over. They need to score now.
Yes, they've got a little bit over 5 minutes left in the game, which is plenty of time, of course, but tied up on the surface here. Is Vienna able to push the scrum away from the goal? Yes, and Vienna comes up with the ball and passes
what
outward.
a pass.
Höglund blocking the forward pass.
Okay, what's
It
going on
dropped.
here? The ball drops somewhere.
Oh, now Polisen.
And Schenkeli, he's also a very, very strong player. I
Towel
think he's
coming in.
scored more goals for Austria, for Vienna. Oh, that's dangerous, that's dangerous.
Oh, they're
But Marcus, ah,
goal.
damn.
So that's a decider right there.
Roll for the blue team. Go for the white team. Roll for the white team.
So the tie. The game is now tied. (1-1).
Yeah,
We have a blue team warning for picking
it's a
the
close
ball
game.
up.
It was always a close game from the beginning on, even
The
though
blue team has got a warning for kicking or something. Let's see. Let's try to listen to see who they say who scored.
I think the ball has never been
The
in.
scorer and the assist. Score number
I think the
10,
ball has not been in.
assisted by number 11. Score number 10, assisted by number 11.
Number 7 scored. They credited
Matthias Dahl.
Matthias Dahl. And
I would like to see a
11 got
replay again,
yeah.
actually. I'm not sure if the ball was in.
So the tension in this game has just gone up immensely. It's tied at 1-1, and we're looking for some kind of decider at this point. It would be
Teufel is trying to
a
get
tie
the
would
ball.
also be frustrating for both these teams because they would not resolve the point situation in their standings.
Are they equal in points?
Well, it would be a goal difference then. But we don't know yet about the relegation. Okay,
Oh, counterattack.
is that correct? Who was it?
Martin Meskes
Meskes,
from Germany.
yes. And he's the one who scored against Akron last to give Vienna its first ever victory in the Euroleague.
So
Now fighting.
That's Karlsruhe again.
Whoever's got the ball from Polisen is being forechecked hard. He's holding on to the ball in a scrum. He's got 2 players, 1 on each side. And who's underneath the scrum here? So that's an intense battle here. Jakobsen comes in. Oh, but now it's Vienna that has ended up with it. And holding. And the referee indicates come up to the surface roughing also. Did you see a roughing signal?
Player number 2, penalty time,
No.
roughing.
2 minutes roughing.
Okay. Player number 2.
That's
That must
Richard
be from-
Lindqvist.
Okay.
So do you see him in the penalty box?
White timeout.
Timeout called by Polisen. Let's just
White timeout.
check and see. Or it was just a roughing call but with a warning, or was there a penalty? No. There's no 2 minute. Nobody's sent off.
Did you say number 2?
I think that's what he's. Hannes Hoffman there. Hannes Hoffman is telling him what they've got to do.
I think it's always a little bit a difficult situation if you feel you have control of the game, you're 1 point ahead, and then suddenly short before the end of the game, actually you get the other team equalizing. That's a psychological disadvantage probably.
Timeout over.
Yes.
Timeout over. Blue free throw.
So a free throw in favor of Vienna. I agree with you that anytime you lose your relative position, then you feel that it could be a distraction. That it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. It was easy for us now. We had it all sewn up, but that's sports. Sports time matters. You have to do the whole game.
Of course.
So there
Yeah,
is
but now
there is
there's
a penalty,
time.
yes.
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 Number 2 is out. Lindqvist is out.
for roughing, and that means that it's a power play.
Yeah, and that's actually the moment where Vienna should really put force in the water. They have one player more.
Yes, they could have one goalie be further back and then everybody else commit, or some strategy like that. I don't know what.
And it's important for them to not get on the surface too much and get the fights on the surface. They last too long. They have to keep a pressure on the goal now.
And they're
Yeah, but there's too less energy from going in here, also from Schneiderbauer.
They managed, luckily, to hold on to the ball. It was batted away. So as Hoffman passes down, and it's a tough forechecking here. He's on the end of his fins, fighting. He passes down. Referee calls. What's going to be?
That's not good.
Attacking equipment, wide free throw.
Okay, so Polisen gets a break here. They're getting it's attack on equipment. Somebody grabbed a mask or something. So this is good for Polisen. They have a chance to kill off the penalty here.
Yeah. That brings them time.
And on the clock, how much is showing in the game? 1:36.
1:36. So
there's a danger of a tie here.
Well, but there can always be a very quick counter attack or something.
There's plenty of time for a score for sure. I mean, one minute you can score in 1 minute. But Polisen's holding onto the ball on the surface, and I don't know who is it, Andreas Höglund or no, Petra Ekman, I think. He's just holding on, not going to give it up. But essentially saying that they'll take a tie.
1 minute remaining.
Okay, 1 minute. The clock on your screen is not entirely accurate.
Okay.
Number 5.
Matthias Wurm is pushing a scramble down.
Yes.
Attacking the head.
Okay, penalty time is almost over. Only 9 seconds remaining.
To be honest, I don't think that
So it's going in now, yeah.
the penalty doesn't make that much of a difference at this point. It's determination. Somebody has to get to the goal on either side and just fight and fight and fight. They can't leave.
That's true.
Yeah. Höglund puts the ball into play. Polisen coming down. This is their chance. They are coming straight in. It's Marcus Bormann, and he's tied up.
Everybody's down there.
And
Marcus Wimmer got the ball.
they're
Loses it again.
And
Schneiderbauer trying to get it again.
Zoll pressed out now. There's a chance. No, they're tied up inside. And
ball drops
players
down again
shout for them
and
to
counter
dive.
attack.
Yeah.
That's Philip again.
Philip, he's spinning around. They've got a good attack with very little time left, just enough. He could just.
That's 9 devil.
Oh!
Ah!
Amazing. That's the end of the game.
So close.
It was so
to
close
score
there.
again. Well, but I mean, I think the teams have been playing equally.
Yeah.
And
it was a good match.
It was a really good match. A little bit disappointing for Vienna, of course. They have been much in ball possession and won most of the fights in the middle field. So Polisen had not many chances, but they scored effectively.
And let's see. Who should we interview here? Do you have any? What are you curious about from this match? What decisions or what thinking that was going on?
I'm actually curious about the decision of the goal. Actually, I did not have a close look on the replay, unfortunately.
Which goal?
But I'm not sure if the time Polisen scored, actually the ball was really underneath the basket or in the basket totally.
I don't remember now. Who was it who scored for Polisen?